Hey folks, I'm Ian and I'm in the kitchen. And today I'm going to make a no-bake cheesecake with a Oreo crust and a chocolate icing, I hope. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I do have things sorted ready here for this crust, right? It's going to take a couple of parts, a couple of different steps to do this in. I didn't bore you with the whole crushing of the Oreos, crushed them up. It wants me to have a cup and a quarter crushed up, right? Then it wants me to use 6 tablespoons of melted butter. And then a quarter cup of sugar. So mix it all together. And then try to learn this whole folding trick, right? So stirring. Anyway, I'm not sure if this is the spot that I need to fold or not. After that, we're going to put it into our 8x8 pan. Now, we're going to go ahead and do this with parchment paper. You should have seen the struggle on that one. I love this stuff, but for some reason I cannot seem to get it off the reel without destroying it. Then a little pro tip that I saw. It said to take a cup of some sort, drinking glass, and use that to smash it all down. So we're gonna give it a try. I don't know. It says it. You can. Oh yeah, it does work pretty good. I really know that this parchment paper idea would be tough to get a consistent level all around. I can't see where I'm at. I think if I would do this again, I would use more Oreos. So to make that note to self, next time, go over just maybe cut half or something. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator to chill it for probably an hour, and then we will come back for a part 2 where I'll make the actual filling. Then we got to put it in there, chill it again, and come back for part 3. So it's a 3-parter today, and we'll see you about an hour on part 2. Thanks for watching. Hey folks, welcome back to part 2 of the no-bake cheesecake with, I'm hoping, a chocolate icing. So anyway, I've gone ahead and got the cheesecake, well, the cream cheese in the mixer. All right, it did call for 12 ounces. Let's go ahead and move you down here. Let's jump right into it. I've also already got the pie crust well, not a pie crust. It's going to be just the crust. You'll see when we do part 2, 3. Because it's going to take a minute to get this one done. All right, so let's go ahead. Like I said, what it wants me to do now is, which I don't understand why, but I'm sure people who can bake do, wants me to go ahead and whip this up, right? With the cream cheese, get it kind of creamy like that. Okay. They said it wouldn't take long. All right. So once you got mixed in like this, I'm supposed to add a half cup of milk. And then we will turn it back on again and mix that in. All right. It did say that I'll need to scrape the sides. On that much I do remember it. I've got the implement already handy to do that with. I think this is actually the longest part of the whole thing, is making this filling. And then, of course, waiting. But the waiting is the hardest part. Okay, so now it says at this point to go ahead and add everything else in, which will be the other cup and a half of milk. Go ahead and add that in. Now, it didn't say whether I should have this thing on or not. I'm going to leave it off while I do this. I'm going to add I'm going to put a little bit of pudding in there as well. I just use the Vanilla Jell-O mix pudding for that one. Need 2 tablespoons of sugar. 1, 2, and a half of a teaspoon of vanilla. Oops, that was probably closer to a whole one because it came out faster than I expected. Brand new, just opened it. All right, now it says to mix this in. It said it'll take about 2 minutes. So starting off slow, don't splash it everywhere. Again, I'll have to stop and scrape the sides. All right, so we are about 5 minutes and 41 seconds into this, and I'm questioning because it seems awful soupy. So I don't know. I don't know. It's had plenty of time that should have been thickened up, and it hasn't. So I think I'm gonna just keep going for it. I don't really know what else to do. I'm at a loss. Let me blend for another minute. Sorry, folks. I don't mean to bore you, but. All right, so my theory is now, as I think about it, that the cream cheese is going to thicken up as it chills. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on. Let's go ahead and get this out. This turned out really good. I mean, looking so far. That. Unplug this. Okay. I mean, at this point, I don't have much to lose, right? Well, like I say, I'm convinced, at least I'm telling myself I'm convinced that with the cream cheese in the refrigerator, because it does say now, like I said, the hard part is the waiting, refrigerating it 2 hours. It's going to be in the refrigerator. So I'm really thinking and feeling like in my heart that that is going to resolve the fact that I feel like it's so too runny right now. I don't know how to go about these little edges here that's crinkled paper. I don't know if I were to do it again next time, I don't know if I'd do that. Also, that pro tip I mentioned with the whole using the glass, nah, just use your hand. Once I got off camera, that's what I ended up doing anyway, was just taking my hand to it. So that's where we're at. At count right now, we're 9 minutes. I'm going to probably fast forward some of this so it won't be a 9-minute part 2. So we'll see you on part 3 when I actually cut it and ice it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Hey folks, I'm back for the final part of our no-bake cheesecake with some chocolate icing, I hope. I'll show you that in a minute. But let's go ahead and get started. I got this pretty well set up. I hope that it comes out okay. This was one of those pro tips they said to use this parchment paper. So you're going to watch to see if this works as I do it. Oh. That's pretty simple. Now, oh, well, that I didn't expect. Oh, no, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay. I say that. We'll see. Okay. Guess that wasn't horrible. Now I want to cut it into squares. Now that could be a problem. But we're going to go for it. Okay, so that's that part done. I think what I'm going to do is actually going to pause real quick, and I'm going to come right back. I want to get another pan set up that I'm not quite ready with. So stand by. I'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back. And as you can see, I kind of figured this out a little bit. I was a little worried about this. I didn't know how easy this part was going to be. But really, it's not bad, right? Little spatula action there. And they come right apart. Nice, very nice. Like I say, I'll go with wood. Now, I had mentioned a couple times about the chocolate icing, I hope, right? So this is the idea. Now, I bought this stuff, not really knowing what it was, other than it looked like chocolate. So I went for it. So I don't really know here. I'm not, very fancy, but we're gonna just do a little, maybe a little bit of a back and forth, maybe, maybe some lines on it type deal, right? Well, that's a little bit heavier drop, but the idea is not to really cover them all the way. It's going to be just more to just give a little extra flavor, a little look, I suppose. Right? I wish I was better at this, but I think if nothing else, it's good practice, right? I'll learn how to get better at this stuff. Now, I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to package them up and send them up to the girls up there at my girls' office, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But as you can see, that's the idea. And I think it turned out pretty good, right? I mean, for never doing it before. Gonna give it a shot, and I'll tell you what, I can't really send these off. I gotta try one. It's like that bacon the other day. I did the bacon, and it was really good. So let's try this. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of chocolate on there. Look at that. It's got the Oreo cookie crust. Mm. Mm-hmm. The hardest part is waiting. It didn't take long to make it, but it took forever to wait on it. Give it a shot. It's pretty good. Thanks for watching.